Red means you're dead. Means don't say anything controversial. We're going to swear, so shit fuck.
It's orange for orange. You glad you didn't do it. Hello.
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 What introduction do I need? How much do you talk about me regularly?
So this is Andrew of the Andrew Who's Being Annoying.
I'm Andrew McKenzie. I'm Robin's husband. Probably father of the baby.
Definitely father of the baby.
Definitely father of the baby. Alright. What's the content?
So this is Andrew. He's lovely. He's definitely the father of the child. Probably legally my husband, but we didn't really check out Aaron's credentials, so it could be anything.
I wear this thing though, so everyone else knows to stay away.
Yeah, guys, please. Come on. If you could stay away. So we're going to talk about the year.
The year in general, or just movies and TV shows? Because I've only prepared for movies and TV shows, but...
We can talk about the year in general for a little bit if you like.
Okay, go.
Big year.
Big year. Got married. That basically took up the first 3 months of planning, which then all got flushed in the toilet because the complex coronavirus, the COVID-19, came through and threw everything into a tailspin. And I think when we get onto the important topics of movie and TV, that shaped a lot of the list. But
do you think?
As far as how this year's gone for us, everyone else is complaining that it's a huge tyre fire, get rid of it, get rid of 2020, let's never speak about it again. I think we had a great year.
Best year of my life.
We got married. We got a puppy. We've got our existing dog, who's the world's greatest dog.
We went on honeymoon.
Went on honeymoon. It was not as fun for Robin because she couldn't drink.
I had a lovely time.
I was drinking for 2, so it was extra fun for me.
You filmed some very cute Instagram videos.
I sure did. I discovered CrossFit and became...
You joined a cult.
And now just a really tough hang.
Yeah, except for with your new friends.
It's really hard to make for new friends as a 31-year-old bald man.
We made a little person.
Yeah, and lots of activity that goes into that process.
I'm gonna edit that out.
Yeah, it's sort of hard to think about the year back, given that it's just been such a survival instinct the whole year. With everything that's going on, it's all been about how can we get to the next point. So it's looking back on it, it's kind of hard to think about it all as one big year. It seems like little chunks, little pockets, then all of a sudden it's gone. It's interesting.
Yeah, but you got a promotion at work as well.
Did get a promotion at work. That's important.
Okay.
Hey, big boy.
My job remains exactly the same. Our family is getting bigger and bigger.
Because Clyde keeps eating Bonnie's puppy food.
Yeah, he is physically getting quite large. But that's okay, because you were going to diet in the new year. Do you think that's Clyde's New Year's resolution?
No.
Lose 3 kilos.
I think the 3 kilos he wants to lose is by us leaving Bonnie in the park. And her not coming back.
Oh, boy. You'd be devastated. Look at her.
Yeah.
Cleaning herself there.
Charming.
Just out of frame. Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
No.
No?
Well, I feel like the end of 2020 has been just the year of McCann's, so that's just been playing video games, time off work, not doing anything and not doing anything to help anyone.
But that continues for 2 more weeks.
Yeah, so maybe by the end of January I'm going to start reading baby books and actually being helpful and not just saying that I can't possibly be expected to do these menial tasks I'm being requested to perform.
I see. I think he's been very helpful. And it's one thing I'm not. You're often opposed to getting very drunk and then dancing for me.
I have a skill.
My New Year's resolution last year was to not quit as many things. But then I was looking through our history on TV shows and I've quit so many things.
Does the resolution to not quit so many things, does that extend to actually finishing TV programs and video games, or?
Well, that was the main point.
Oh, okay.
What did you think I was not going to quit on? I haven't quit my job.
Yeah, haven't quit the job.
I didn't quit. I didn't leave you at the altar.
Didn't quit the wedding.
I might quit on this puppy. Because she's the worst.
If 2020 was the year of not quitting stuff, What's 2021 going to be?
Surviving, I think. Just
That's not a resolution. That's just something you have to do.
live until the end of the year.
No, that's okay.
Doesn't it?
No. Basic expectation.
And to put toilet training done.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I want to stop just rewatching things. Because that's what I learned from looking over the TV and stuff.
Yeah, I think.
It's just been a year of just comfort watching for me.
I think, and again, that comes back to the whole idea of how 2020 has been shaped by COVID, and like, I usually love super depressing, like heavy-hitting movies. My attention span is gone like that. I can't watch anything over 2 hours. Like usually, like I hate watching movies in 2 sittings, but even I've like been breaking things up because I fall asleep after an hour. So anything over sort of 70 minutes, I have to.
And you will keep starting things when you're drunk as well.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
So what was your top 10? Not top 10, but what were your best TV shows? Because I tried to think of movies and I had none.
I think back to the start of the year and I watched Once Upon a Time in Hollywood 4 times in a week. But
That was a good week.
we watched it last year. We saw it when we were in Edinburgh. On the weekend it came out. It was great. And then
It was okay.
every time I watched it, it just got better and better and better. And
Yeah,
that's,
it was-
that's really the exception to the rule of like I can't watch anything super long. Like that's a 3-hour movie that flies.
Yeah, this year I liked it.
Yeah.
Last year I didn't care for it.
So that doesn't really count because it wasn't in 2020. So movies.
I think just watching it when it was just with you instead of lots of people, where I could see how excited you were ultimately more.
Yeah, I do enjoy things and get super into them.
Yeah, you did.
And just like the performances in that, the soundtrack, I think I listened to the soundtrack quite a bit. And again, like haven't listened to any new music this year, but I did.
Not?
The Run the Jewels album, I think, was the only new music I listened to.
Corey will be devastated if you didn't listen to it.
I listened to the Lil Wayne mixtape and it was terrible. But
I
movies,
did a good job with the music.
yeah, you did a good job with music.
I've been going through my Discover Weekly on the break.
Yeah, see, I need familiar stuff. Most of the music I listen to is at the gym. You can't listen to new stuff at the gym because you need to.
No, you can't listen to new stuff at work either.
Yeah, and I'm very rarely just sitting down, but okay, I've got 40 minutes. I'm going to listen to an album. That time doesn't exist.
I haven't listened to any albums. Like, I've just been listening to like one-off songs by people.
Yeah, definitely the album. I think my number one movie.
Is this movies that were released in 2020 or
Yeah.
movies you saw in 2020?
Movies that were released in 2020 that I saw in 2020. Yeah, my number one movie was Palm Springs.
Palm Springs is great.
Andy Samberg, Christina Miliani, whatever her name is.
I don't know, but she's lovely.
I'm a sucker for Andy Samberg and I love him, but I just thought that was
Yeah.
concept you all know. It's just like the Groundhog Day rip-off, but it was laugh out loud funny. It wasn't just like Smorgly Dorg, Andy Samberg. There's some like really good writing in it. I thought the performance was good, and it was like I actually cared about the story,
Yeah.
which
I was devastated when you revealed that you banged her so many times.
yeah, that's how you get good. What else have I got? Tenet, obviously. I can't tell you what happened in it. I have absolutely no idea how to explain it. All I know is
Pattinson wore a suit.
there's a lot of handsome Robert Pattinson. There's a lot of John David Washington just being athletic, and
Casually draped scarves.
just some of the action set pieces are some of the best things I've ever seen in an action movie. And so if you just, like there's a line in the movie that says like, don't think, just feel. And so if you just don't try and understand it, just enjoy what a visual masterpiece it is and just try and keep some semblance of the plot. Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. Great watch, great. It was the only time we went to the movies, the cinemas this year.
That's true. That's
Which is
so
crazy,
sad.
given that it was basically our number one activity. And it's got Elizabeth Debicki in it, and
She's so tall.
she is hot.
She is very tall.
Mm.
She could crush you.
Yeah. So this is just something I thought was worth noting. Do you remember watching the Eurovision movie, the song contest movie with Will Ferrell
Yeah.
and Rachel McAdams?
I hated it.
How was that not good? It was terrible.
It was the worst.
It was probably the most unwatchable thing that I've actually finished. Mm.
But it was awful.
He hasn't done anything good for a while. But
I
I still love you, Will Ferrell. I will always love you. Just go back to do Step Brothers 2.
No, do the one where he's on the lawn in the chair.
What have we got? Oh, if we go right back to pre-quarantine, The Hunt. Do you remember The Hunt?
The Hunt was great.
Yeah, with Betty
That was
Gilpin's
such a-
huge rack.
She's got a set of lungs on her.
Got a set of lungs on it. But legitimately like exciting movie.
I know, and I was so like I heard some of the the criticism of it being like, oh, it's just like right-wing fodder.
Yeah, but
it's not at all. It's like a whole twist in that.
Yeah, I thought it was a great mix of satire and legitimate thriller horror movie. Yeah, I thought it was really good.
It's how Succession should end.
Borat's subsequent movie film. I was incredibly surprised at how good this was. I thought it was going to be absolute, and I loved the first one. I thought this was going to be unwatchably bad. I had very low expectations, and it was good. It was legitimately funny.
It was alright.
I thought it was good.
So what's the thing if they're just shoehorning this story? I don't.
Yeah, but you know what you're getting then. And it looked like Giuliani got jerked off by a child.
I mean, definitely. Do I need to untuck your shirt, stick out a microphone, Giuliani?
And then lastly, I don't know if this actually qualifies for a 2020 movie. Hamilton.
Well, we saw it.
We saw it live.
We saw it live in London, but
it got
this week.
theatrical release in the Disney streaming service.
Yeah.
That'll do me for a movie that came out in 2020.
It was fantastic.
Again, brilliant. We've my Spotify playlist, my Spotify year in review had just whatever Run the Jewels and rap artists and mid 2000s indie rock artists fill out my gym playlist, and then Lin-Manuel Miranda and the cast of Hamilton as the second most popular.
Did you hear Andrew Greenwald saying Lin-Manuel comes up as his favorite artist because of Moana and Hamilton?
Yeah. So I related to that. Yeah. I think they're the notable movies in my life this year.
You saw Swallow this year.
I saw what?
You saw Swallow.
So again, didn't come out in 2020.
You're so rigid. These
What's the point of doing it a year?
You saw The Descent this year.
Again, didn't come out in 2020.
But you saw it this year.
You saw The Sandlot Kids.
I did see The Sandlot Kids this year. That was good.
And she's been talking shit about The Sandlot Kids forever, saying it's lame, even though she got me this shirt with Han Porter on it. She finally buckled and watched it and realised, oh my god, this is a cinematic masterpiece.
I will say the tall kid who's actually good at baseball is very charismatic.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
Where is he as a grown up? He can get
it. In my mind, I'm a Benny the Jet. In my heart, I'm Han Porter. And you are Smalls.
I'm so Smalls. So
I think
you don't want to talk about The Descent?
Maybe if we're doing a 2012 in review.
But I thought this is a good year for horror movies for us. Because we saw Relic and we saw The Babadook.
Yeah, we saw The Conjuring. Which one was The Relic?
That was the one where she killed her grandma.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, 2 Australian horror movies that you didn't hate.
Yeah.
What?
My life is expanding.
Yeah. TV shows. Best show of the year for me was Normal People.
Not Search Party?
I forgot to even write Search Party down. Yeah. Search Party was... The first season of Search Party was fun.
It was a lot.
Yeah. But no, Normal People...
He descended into madness.
Yeah, good, just idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like the tall guy.
Oh, and he was in Master of None. He's in I rewatched Master of None this year.
I can do it.
Yeah.
The acting is so bad.
The acting is bad. But Aziz is great, and Eric is great.
Which was Eric? Oh,
Big guy.
And why you're petting?
Bopping high cuties. You're bopping high cuties all over town. Hi cutie. Yeah, so that was a long way of getting around to. Normal People, I thought, was the most invested I've been in a TV show in a very long time.
You cried. He cried.
I did cry a couple of times actually. I cried at the end and I cried in the funeral scene. But yeah, it's one of those shows where you just give a shit about everyone. And there's
especially by Connor though. You like him.
Yeah, I love Connell. He was great. Love that silver chain. Want to get one. But it was just watching something where you're watching the actor just become a movie star. He is a superstar. He's just, and Daisy, whatever her name, who played Meredith.
Beautiful lady.
Beautiful lady. She was it Meredith? Marianne.
Yeah.
Marianne. Yeah, so the actress that played Marianne I thought was great. She gave a very good performance. I've not read the book, so I don't know if it was true to the character.
She was supposed to be much uglier from what I've heard.
But I thought, yeah, the guy playing Connell, like, he's just going to be a movie star. He's
loved.
Yeah. And I think, just like in the immortal words of Vince Vaughn from Wedding Crashers, just two crazy kids who like to fuck, trying to make it in the world. And I thought that's what it was. There was no A plot, B plot, C plot. They didn't try and make a big deal of any of the other characters. It was just these two.
Yeah.
They were the two normal people who maybe if they could have communicated a bit better, it would have just been a really uneventful, easy story. But
the other characters were just people to hate.
Better Call Saul, brilliant season.
I didn't watch it, but I feel like I'm the one that made you watch it. So
yeah, well, I started watching in season 3. Then I was like, oh, because I...
Even though the first 2 seasons are the best ones, that's where all the paperwork is.
As someone who does legal paperwork every day of his life, when I watched the first 3 episodes of the first series...
so many schemes, you don't even know!
I was like, I can't do this. I don't really care that much. Then watched season 3 when you were watching it. I was like, oh wait, this is brilliant. Went back, watched the whole thing. So as soon as the first episode of season 4 came out, I was ready to go. I led straight into season 4, watched that week to week, and then just hung on for the year waiting for it to come out. Season 5, bang, better than ever. It was the best season yet. Lalo Salamanca, absolute dreamboat, charming Hispanic man. Giancarlo Esposito.
God, he's been in everything.
He's just been a villain in everything. He's going to pop up a couple more times, I think.
He's a scary dude.
And yeah, I think
it's his tidiness that frightens him so much.
Well, I'm not in the camp of people who say that it's superseding Breaking Bad. I think it's getting close.
I think it's going to intersect.
Well, it'll definitely intersect, but I think the quality of the show, I don't think it's better than Breaking Bad yet. But it might. Mandalorian. Bit of recency bias because we just finished it. Thought... Like, I'm a massive Star Wars fan, and just like most...
But not like a massive Star Wars fan.
I'm a huge Star Wars nerd, and just like most Star Wars...
You haven't watched the Clone Wars right now?
No. Oh, I started them.
Have you seen Rebels? I don't know what it is, but...
Animated show.
Jason Sudeikis is very...
Again, like all good Star Wars fans, no one hates Star Wars as much as Star Wars fans. And so, I've watched every Star Wars movie, and all of the anthology ones, and I think out of all of them, there's 1.5 good movies. There's 3 good movies in total.
As long as you don't say Solo.
No, not Solo. Empire Strikes Back is great. Rogue One's great. Part of Return of the Jedi is good, and part of Rian Johnson's one, the second one of the later trilogies. But getting back to it, I think Mandalorian, that's just what it should be. It should be just genre filmmaking, taking Western, samurai movies, horror movies, and just taking that genre, putting it in this episode of the week capsule, so it can be anything to anyone.
If
you don't understand,
it's Xena Warrior Princess.
There's a bit of that.
And Hercules.
Yeah, it's Adventure
of
the
Week.
Week.
But I miss those ones. Those are great.
Yeah, again, Adventure of the Week.
And you've got your little companion.
Yeah, well,
Would there
obviously...
be a lesbian or a small man?
That's
and then
true.
a Baby Yoda.
That's true. But yeah, I thought it was great. Again, sobbed in the finale. New season of Big Mouth. I thought it was getting the last season was getting a bit kind of repetitive. Like, I'll laugh at dick and fart jokes all day, every day. This season I thought got better again. It got super meta. I think it started...
It got sad. I'm worried about Jesse.
It did get sad, but this comes back to... And the next thing on my list is Rick and Morty. Because Rick and Morty...
Rick and Morty first up.
Again, I'm not a massive fan of zany animated stuff. But
you don't like BoJack Horseman.
I don't like BoJack, but I love Rick and Morty. And the latest season finales of Rick and Morty, like legitimate, almost on the verge of tears. Like when at the end of this season, he's just like, maybe you are just a shit father. Like that hits really hard. So, again.
So he will play Johnny Cash.
Yeah, I will make you. And then into just like the terrible reality shows that of this year that actually were great. We don't need to talk about Tiger King, but that will just forever be that early days of everyone being stuck at home and everyone in the world watching Tiger King. And then Cheer. Remember Cheer at the start of the year?
Cheer was great!
Cheer was great.
I wish that had turned out to be a bit of a nonce.
Yeah, a bit of a pedophile. Child porn. Yeah, that was a bit depressing. But as far as like, I love sporting documentaries.
There's just going to be one nonce.
There's going to be one pedo in every cast. But yeah, it was like... That just super high definition athletics is always good. It just happened to be cheerleading. So
yeah, and the fact that they had the microphones on their bodies. So
you had the thump. Yeah, no, that was cool. Grand Tour.
I love the Grand Tour.
Yeah. So
I've only seen 3 episodes.
Yeah, and so I haven't watched the whole thing religiously. I was a massive Top Gear fan. Then was like, this probably doesn't seem necessary. But then watching the 2 specials that have come out this year. the Cambodia one with boats, and what was the second one?
Mongolia.
No, that was last year. Where they went to Madagascar on the treasure hunt. That was good, yeah, that was good. But it's just great to have Jeremy Clarkson.
I like the Mongolia one. Even if it wasn't in 2020, it was great.
Yeah, it's good. And then...
It feels like they're unleashed a little bit as well, if you don't have the BBC yelling.
They don't have the BBC trying to censor them and tell them what they can and can't say, and also they've got Jeff Bezos' budget, so like you can tell it just reeks of money. They're spending so much more money on the show.
Yeah.
Which is great.
I love it.
Clarkson unsheathed.
You're now allowed to bump their boats into each other without getting in trouble.
Clarkson!
When he throws the rock at his car. He just get properly crossed now.
Yeah. I look back at this year about like what consumes so much time. It's probably the Buttery Brothers YouTube channel.
Yeah, I feel like I've said this before. I think this is the year you discovered YouTube.
Yeah,
I did a lot.
Yeah, but in terms of like actually subscribing to things, watching them over and over
again. Binging with Babish as well.
Binging with Babish, yeah.
Which he finds very soothing.
The birds in the house. Get out!
Go away!
Yeah, so like starting the year with the 2019 CrossFit documentary that came out earlier this year, just phenomenal, high definition athletic documentary, and then watching their YouTube channel, pumping out every single episode while I was working from home.
Yeah.
Working from home. One of my distinct memories from our honeymoon was like starting each morning by watching 2.5 hours of the CrossFit Games. Because you were still asleep, I would go to the gym, or go for a run, or go for a swim, come back, and just live stream 2.5 hours of CrossFit Games. Then you would wake up and we'd get about our day.
We have very different schedules.
And then in terms of just general media for the year.
I'm glad you found CrossFit this year.
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah. Been a bit more purpose to training. Yeah, it's been fun.
It's been fun watching Nick.
Actually,
all your little friends.
And
all your little tiny jacked beefcake friends.
And just getting good at stuff.
Yeah.
Actually trying to like learn new things.
And like, I think just doing your technique as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've never gone this long without just getting injured or anything like that.
It's been great.
It's been good. And then in terms of just general media, it's just like all the same podcasts. Last podcast on the left and the rewatchables are still like my two favourite podcasts.
I'm with the rewatchables. Why don't they do a fucking movie I've seen?
Yeah, I mean, they're on a rough... There's been threats of boycott over the Country Strong episode. But they're doing Mr. Holland's Opus this week.
What the hell is that?
Yeah,
I saw it. What was the last one they did that was useful?
Oh, they did Born Identity the other day. Pretty good. What about you? What's your list?
I like The Great.
The Great, yeah. Gave up on it.
It was really good.
I thought the first episode was okay. You got ahead of me and just said, if you didn't love the first episode,
yeah,
then
it really just doubles down.
Yeah. And you're just a massive Nicholas Hoult fan.
I love Nicholas Hoult. I love his weird eyebrows.
Speaking of Nicholas Hoult, the Ned Kelly movie was the true story of the Kelly Gang. That weird Australian movie that was on.
Do you know what I watched this year?
What?
The assassination of...
The assassination of Jesse James by the cab rock before.
I discovered that this year.
Shots, man.
And then I watched it like 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
So good.
Great. That was the first movie we watched in here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, it's a very specific thing to remember, but it was great. I love it.
Great movie.
Black Monday?
Yeah, latest season of Black Monday was very good. Again, I thought the first season was great, second season was... Wait, is this the second season?
This is the 3rd season, I think.
Is this the 3rd season? Because I thought this was great. I really liked the 3rd season.
It's gone too deep now. It's too much double crossing. I can't remember if he's even gay anymore.
Paul Schrader's character?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gay.
Is he?
Yeah, he's banging with women brothers now.
Kind of. I just rewatched some stuff. I watched South Park.
Yeah, that was a fact. Yeah, I rewatched every episode of Parks and Rec.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
We rewatched every episode of Always Sunny.
I rewatched a lot of Luther.
Yeah, you've been watching a lot of terrible documentaries.
He remains lovely. Yeah, I have watched a lot of terrible documentaries. I watched the Nexium one.
Yeah. Did you watch? Was the...
I don't understand. These cult leaders are not sexy dudes.
Just like to fuck.
What are they content? What's your best moment of the year?
It's got to be getting married, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The wedding was very fun.
Like the moment when I was walking down the aisle was very scary, and then I got to see you, and I realized I was just getting married to you, and that was lovely.
Yeah, I had a big just before you came down, and yeah,
That was fun.
there was no nerves about anything. It was more just it was excitement and a bit of just general emotion because of everything that had gone into.
I had a lot of nerves.
Yeah, a lot of nerves.
I had to do the walking. That's
Yeah,
it.
I just had to do the standing and sweating.
Yeah. Finding out I was pregnant was weird. Because it was just me and the dogs. So I was very excited, but also unsure, but also worried, but also
And who could you tell immediately?
just the dogs.
Mm.
But they were excited for him.
That's true. Yeah, well, you telling me you were pregnant, that was just one of those, you were so manic, like in your, I know what you were planning on doing and it was very cute, but you were so manic in your delivery that...
I know, I was too excited.
So, again, it's like, it was super exciting when you told me, it was like it hit like a ton of bricks in a good way. But again, I'm trying to stay in my bag for that one.
What do you mean?
I'm not trying to run my race I'm not trying to play the game before we kick off. You know what I mean?
Stop using metaphors.
Like,
Are you in the bag that gets kicked?
No, like you gotta keep your powder dry.
What are you waiting for?
May 3rd, kick off.
Then you'll be excited.
No, then I'm gonna be on my game for that. Can't run your race too early.
So I guess.
I'm trying to keep, like, because the
The antenatal classes are going to be pretty scary. I think you got to have some excitement. Otherwise you won't get to them.
We're still in 2020 year
Wait your powder a
mechanics.
little
We're still in
bit.
2020 year mechanics. No, like...
Don't you want to hear about services?
No, like, so, yeah, there's the initial shock and excitement of you telling me, and then, like, I get excited when we get new baby stuff and when I buy little Nike sweatsuits and that sort of stuff. But in terms of, like...
Getting to tell people is exciting.
Getting to tell people is super exciting. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm talking about. It's been super exciting. Every little step has been super exciting.
But this is you with your powder dry.
You've not even seen me like powder that.
It's been a good year for you because all your friends came back from
Yeah.
Mongolia, etc.
Yep. Yeah, getting to see everyone who came back from the wedding, and then like Gal basically being extradited from Mongolia. Bearman and Heather coming back.
It's a good year.
Good year. But yes, I think
Next year is going to be weird.
yeah, she's gonna be great. Can't wait to meet the little dude.
He's going to be so podgy though.
Yeah, no, I hope so. I want his little fat hands.
He's going to stop.
And I want him to do that thing where babies do where they're just constantly like staring at people in public. Having no chill.
I don't like it when he's staring in public. I made my best friends. Nicholas this year.
That's true.
Thanks to the puppy.
You have 3 friends, Clyde, Bonnie, and Nicholas.
That's probably too many.
Someone's getting trapped.
But yeah,
No,
I think it was
great.
lovely.
I think for
I know
everything
everyone
that-
else had a lousy time.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to celebrate what a great year we had when everyone's had a terrible year.
I know,
And when parts of this year have been terrible.
I'm not going to
But-
post an Instagram montage of like fucking killed it this
Yeah,
year.
but yeah, I think we've done a pretty good job this year.
Hello.
Love you too.
Anyway, so that's about it.
Let me know when reshoots are on. Sweat it through the shit already.
Had a good year. Watched a lot of TV, but not necessarily
Good TV.
good TV or
New
exotic
TV.
new TV.
Mm.
Must watch Queen's Gambit.
Yeah.
Now that your mom's on it, it's about.
Alright, well, we've got a couple of hours to fill in before 2021. Let's punch it out.
No, I'm watching Hamilton again.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, great call. Alright, I'm leaving. Bye!